Once again and welcome to the news. The President, His Excellency Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, has reiterated his call for respect for the country as an independent sovereign state. President Jammeh was speaking during a meeting to discuss the 8-point article drawn by the European Union for implementation by the government of the Gambia. Asad Bajan Sar has details of that story in this report.
The first cabinet sitting of the year, but an emergency one that was called by the Gambian leader, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Dr. Alhaji Yahya Jammeh, to brief his cabinet ministers on his stance regarding burning issues that emanated from discussions between officials of the Gambian government and the European Union. Issues that are considered by the Gambian leader as unacceptable and contradictory to the laws of the Gambia. The document, dubbed Article 8, intensified political dialogue, stated amongst a host of other things that the Gambia government must confirm its commitment to allow the free operation of independent media in the country within a stipulated time frame of 1 month, something the Gambian leader described as bogus, cognizant of the fact that it is during the Second Republic that the country witnessed an influx of private media houses, both print and electronic.
Today, how many newspapers do we have in this country? To the extent that even foreigners have their own newspapers. So what commitment do the European Union want from us? And what type of allowance are they talking about for the free operation of independent media in the Gambia? And what do they mean by independent media? In most countries in Europe, if you deny the Holocaust, you go to jail. They made it a criminal offense. But if you deny slavery, they clap for you. No newspaper in Europe can publish 2 articles consecutively on the Holocaust without the editor being arrested. Why are they doing that? No newspaper in Europe also will write articles supporting the jihad and the editor is not put in jail. Why? Because they think that's a threat to their national security. But here we are not saying, there's no law that says you cannot say this or that. The law says you'll be accountable and be responsible for what you say. If what you say offends somebody, you can take it to a court of law. That is what a civilized society is all about. So whatever they are alluding to with regards to allow free operation of the independent media, that is unacceptable.
The article also stated that the Gambia government must ensure the removal of restrictions on accessing and sharing information electronically, revision of the provisions in the criminal code that allows for prosecution on the charges of sedition, libel, false information to a public servant, among others. And to this, the Gambian leader went on to say that no one is above the law, thus anyone found wanting will be dealt with according to the laws of the Gambia.
In any civilized country of human beings created by the Almighty Allah, there are rules and regulations that govern how we relate to each other. And in the Gambia, we are not from evolution, we are created by the Almighty Allah, and there's a hierarchy. We are Africans first, and Gambians in particular, and Muslims and Christians that fear and worship only one Almighty Allah. And our culture, where they fail in colonialism to kill our culture, if they think that they can now turn around, dangle a few euros, and allow us to kill our culture, we are not going to accept that. There's a criminal. The criminal code of this country. Who are they to tell us about our criminal code? So, that is also unacceptable. Every civilized society has laws to govern what you say about other people and what other people should say about you. All that is geared towards having a civilized, respectful, and God-fearing society, where you allow people to say whatever they want to say, and they will not even allow you will be arrested if you deny the Holocaust, I don't know then what they are talking about with regards to our criminal code provisions on that. So that is not even for discussion.
Article 8 also called for the Gambia government to revisit its death penalty laws which, according to President Jammeh, are stipulated in the country's sovereign constitution. According to the Gambian leader, the Gambia, under his leadership, will never yield to international interference or forge partnerships that are bent on exploiting the Gambia and its citizenry.
I will not compromise with anything that will question our independence as a country. And I will not compromise with any institution that thinks that we are not fit to rule ourselves, no matter what they have. Let me make it very clear again. I will not compromise being told by any outside force how this country should be run, what laws we should pass, how we should deal with our people. That is not their business. That is not even up for discussion. No entity also should tell this country what laws should prevail in this country and what and what. They cannot define themselves and define us. That is not going to happen. We are an independent sovereign state. Being small doesn't mean that we are not human. We are as human as they are, and maybe even better, because we are true Muslims and true Christians in this country.
It was a test on the Gambian leader and his government's stance on its zero tolerance on Western interference in the management of the country's affairs. And to this, His Excellency President Jammeh made it vehemently clear that his government will only forge partnership for the interests of the country and its people, and therefore will not be a party to any matter that has the potential to disrupt the country's peace and stability, which has for so long been an envy to many. Allegiance to the state and its people were some of the old cabinet ministers sworn to uphold after being appointed to their various institutions, and this they manifested by expressing solidarity with the Gambian leader's decision to disregard the contents of the article, since they are contradictory to the laws of the Gambia. Minister after minister that spoke during the meeting stated their disappointment on the issue at hand, and were all unanimous in assuring the Gambian leader of their undaunted solidarity and support to his decision, knowing he has the interests of the Gambia at heart.
And a day will come that I will ask you how you performed it. So His Excellency is very aware of that, and he is trying to tell us also to be aware of our responsibilities as members of cabinet. Let us be real and then defend our country. When we talk to them, we've had some 3 years ago, I attended a dialogue with them, and I have living witnesses. What we said there, we demanded respect, and we told them, or we pointed out their problems, their issues in their own countries that they are trying to say prevails here. So it's the same position that we should hold wherever we are, whenever we talk to them. This country is ours. Like I said, if there is a problem, we all suffer. They would have an interest in trying to bring chaos, or for us to engage on something that would be the talk of the town or the whole world, and that would derail us from going further, from developing. And that is what they want, and that is what they are expecting, and that is why they are coming up with all these conditions, which, you are right, Your Excellency, is unacceptable, and it should not be accepted.
Excellency, in 1994, it looks like history repeating itself. We all remembered what happened here after the change of government. A lot of threats, travel advices, a host of things. Investors